The giraffe and the question of design. Look at a giraffe. At first, you see an animal with an extraordinarily long neck. But beneath that appearance is an impressive problem of biological engineering. An adult giraffe may raise its brain several meters above its heart. To deliver oxygenated blood that high against gravity, the giraffe needs unusually high arterial blood pressure and a powerful cardiovascular system. Its heart, blood vessels, and regulatory mechanisms work together to maintain circulation. But then something interesting happens. The giraffe lowers its head to drink. Now gravity changes the cardiovascular challenge. You might imagine blood simply rushing toward the brain under enormous pressure. Yet the giraffe does not suffer catastrophic brain damage every time it drinks. Why? The scientific explanation is more sophisticated than a single set of valves. Research points to a coordinated system involving specialized blood vessels, vascular resistance, pressure regulation, the elasticity of vessels, and mechanisms that help control blood flow as the head changes position. Then the giraffe raises its head again. Now the problem reverses. Blood pressure reaching the brain could suddenly fall. Yet healthy giraffes can restore adequate cerebral circulation without routinely fainting. Their cardiovascular system dynamically responds to changes in posture. Science explains these adaptations through physiology and evolutionary biology. And this is where intellectual honesty matters. Evolution does not require a giraffe to consciously realize it needs a new organ and then evolve one. Natural selection acts across generations on heritable variation. So where does the question of God enter? Not as a replacement for biology. It enters at the philosophical level. Evolution may investigate how biological structures change through history, but philosophy can still ask a different question. Where does the design come from to generate highly integrated living systems at all? Why are biological systems governed by laws that permit adaptation, information processing, circulation, consciousness, and life? Does explaining a mechanism eliminate the possibility of design? Or could a mechanism itself be part of what requires explanation? Consider a machine. Understanding every gear does not automatically answer why the machine exists. Likewise, understanding the giraffe's cardiovascular physiology tells us how it works. The philosophical question is what, if anything, that organization ultimately tells us about reality. Different thinkers answer differently. Some see biological complexity as adequately explained through natural evolutionary processes without invoking a designer. Others argue that the intelligibility, order, and life-permitting structure of nature are philosophically more coherent when grounded in intelligence. Science alone does not settle that metaphysical debate. Islam provides its own answer. The Quran repeatedly invites human beings to look at animals and reflect, not because animals replace rational argument, but because creation can become an ayah, a sign. From the Islamic perspective, Allah is not merely invoked where science has no explanation. Allah is the creator of the entire reality science investigates. The heart, the vessels, the genes, the evolutionary history, the physical laws, cause and effect themselves. For a believer, discovering a biological mechanism does not make the meaning less necessary. It reveals another layer of how creation operates. So reflect. When science explains how something works, have we also explained why there is an ordered system capable of working that way? Does discovering a natural mechanism remove the question of a creator? Or does it give us something deeper to contemplate? And when you look at a giraffe, do you simply see a long neck? Or do you see an interconnected system of circulation, regulation, anatomy, behavior, and life? Science investigates the mechanism. Philosophy investigates what that mechanism ultimately implies. Islam invites us to see creation as a sign pointing beyond itself. The giraffe does not scientifically prove God, but for the believer, its extraordinary biology can become something more than an adaptation. It can become an invitation to wonder, an invitation to humility, and an invitation to reflect on the one who created a universe capable of life. An invitation to reflect on the complex design. Not merely a design, but perfectly fine, because the design is divine. Would you wear this idea? DM design